Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mario Pedro Gould. You are now tuned into the Alpha Success Television Network. I trust that this message is finding you today in buoyant spirits on this beautiful Sunday, and I'm here to share with you a most profound, inspirational message, a message of hope, a message of hope. A message of hope, ladies and gentlemen. It goes something like this. If you, the viewer of the Alpha Success Television Network, if you persistently, consistently, patiently stay on the path, stay facing the direction, stay on the journey that you have embarked on towards what is most important to you in your life at this juncture in time. Ladies and gentlemen, if you stay the course, then you are bound to be successful. In whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is that is most important to you, success can be defined in different ways by different people. Whatever is your definition of success in terms of what you're doing right now, ladies and gentlemen, if you stay on the path consistently, persistently, patiently, ladies and gentlemen, you are bound to be successful. A story, it's time for a story. It's time for a story from experience. I just walked in the door right now and I came back from a 10-day meditation retreat. And before I went to this 10-day meditation retreat, I realized there was going to be some very strict guidelines, some strict rules for this place of seclusion that I was going to. So I downloaded my instructions, and my instructions included we're going to go for 10 days and we're not going to be allowed to speak for 10 days. It's going to be 10 days of noble silence, not talking amongst the other 30, 40 meditators there. We're going to eat strictly vegetarian, vegan food, which wasn't a big challenge for me because I'm a vegan already. But we only eat twice in the day, in the morning and at lunchtime, and we don't eat at all. But look at this, ladies and gentlemen. When they gave me the schedule, and I looked at the schedule of the meditation hours, it starts something like this. We get up at 4:30 in the morning, and we meditate most of the day until 9 p.m. in the evening. With some breaks in between, it turns out to be a total of about 10 hours of meditation. So I looked at this schedule and I realized for me, and this is what I'm praying for you. I'm praying that you get yourself into this space whereby for me, the desire to improve myself, the desire to completely eradicate any element of misery within me, the desire to embrace and reach for liberation is more important than staying in comfort of my home. So I said, okay, I'll go and I'll put myself through the 10 days and see what comes out of this process. It's all about self-development. It's all about self-improvement. Is all about growth, ladies and gentlemen. You can only go as far as you become. So I go into, the meditation retreat, and it's 10 days, and I'm like, okay, I'm disciplined. I can handle this. I can go through this strict guidelines, strict challenges. And it's funny, before I went into my meditation retreat, one of my friends, she told me, hey, you know what, Mario? This year, when you go for this meditation retreat, you're going to die in that retreat. And when you come out on the 10th day, give me a call. I want to be there for you because I know something new is going to die. And it was a very interesting analogy that she gave me. And I was like, no, I'm super strong and nothing in me going to die. I'm going to be good. I'm going to be okay. So I go on my meditation retreat. And once I go on my meditation retreat, we start on day 1, right? It was last Wednesday, and I noticed the first day, the second day, the third day, meditating for hours. I'm okay, I can get into the groove, It was kind of easy for me in the beginning, the first 4 days, with all the strict guidelines, noble silence, no talking, eating only twice a day, sharing my room with 4 people, which is a very uncomfortable situation. But I was able to make it through the 4th day, and it was easy. And that's the same experience that I always had when I start doing something outside in the world, when you start doing something like a project, or you start maybe working on your body, or maybe you start a new relationship. It sounds very easy in the beginning, it's exciting, it's fun, it seems easy. And then I reached a very interesting juncture around the 5th or the 6th, or the 5th and the 6th day. I realized something very interesting happening throughout my meditation process. And I'm going to talk about this in another video. This is very powerful. Throughout my meditation process, I started to break into very, very deep realms of my unconscious world, my unconscious realm. I accessed the inner depths of who I am, the inner depths of all the experiences that I've had in my life, the inner depths of every single problem that I've caused, the inner depths of who I was before I became who I am today. And when I was going through those experiences on day 5, 6, and 7, I noticed that I started going through struggle. Ladies and gentlemen, I started going through struggle. Because I was going through resistance when issues that I wanted to deal with were coming up, when pain was showing up in my body, when all the past mistakes that I've made in my life was showing up because I'm just me and myself and my soul for like 10 hours every freaking day. And at that point in time when it got so challenging, guess what I wanted to do, which a lot of us do, is I wanted to run. I wanted to run away. I wanted to run away and get out of the meditation retreat and come back into the world. Before I go further, think about anything that you're doing, like I said, a project or an exciting relationship, or maybe it's losing weight, whatever is your definition of success. In the beginning, there's so much excitement, but once it gets to the place of the middle, when obstacles and challenges and barriers start coming up, the first thing that we do, as human beings, is we want to run away because we didn't expect it to be that hard. But here's where the message of hope, here's where the message of inspiration comes through to your full force from my heart, from my own experience. I realized that the pain that I have in the outside world, my desire to overcome my misery, my desire to reach for liberation, my desire to grow myself into a bigger individual, a more improved individual, is more important than the pain and the misery, or all the shit that will be coming up when I'm meditating. And I said, you know what, I'm going to stay. I'm going to stay one more day. I'm going to stay one more day. One more day. When you're going through your struggles, do you ask yourself, do you tell yourself, you know what, it's tough right now, it's okay, but I'm going to stay one more day. I'm going to stay one more hour. I'm going to stay, And I realized that when I thought about the day to be 10 hours, I couldn't face it. But when I see it, I'm just going to think about this 1 hour. Can I finish this 1 hour? Oh, 1 hour is too much. Can I finish this 30 minutes? Oh, can I finish this 15 minutes? And before you know it, the whole day is gone. So day 5, day 6, day 7, struggling. But I knew that at the end of my struggle, there is going to be something powerful that's coming out. There's going to be a transformed Mario coming out. And I reached the stage where I actually felt like my friends said that, I was dying. And I actually died in that meditation and came back a new Mario. And I eventually got to days 8, 9, and 10, which was today, and days 8, 9, and 10, which was today, was a struggle. It was a struggle for me to go through the last 3 days. Because I went to places that I never knew existed. And when you go to places within yourself that you don't know exist, you discover a lot of, ways you have been limiting yourself, ways you have been a problem to yourself. And I discovered those things for myself. And in this discovery, I say that, what, I'm hiding right now, but I'm going to stay, man. I'm going to stay because I know the success at the end of this for me. And the success for me, my definition, was coming back a more authentic Mario, showing up, with my soul, without the fear aspect in the world, just expressing who I am. So I managed to finish the past 2 days, and I just walked in the door, and I'm here making this video to you. And the video is this, was from that story you observed that for 10 days, yes, it was very clear that it was going to be a struggle. Anything that you're going to do that's worthwhile, transform your body, make a big leap in your relationship, make a big leap in financial success, reach for the top of your company, you're growing, your position in an organization, just anything that you want to do, spiritual enlightenment, reaching for higher things in life requires some effort. So you realize, there's going to be some effort somewhere, and that's okay. But I want you to do a couple of things right now. I want you to realize the 3 stages to success. Any success that you embark on. Number 1 is the first stage is easy when there's so much excitement about what you're going to do. You've been fueled, by your excitement. Let's go. I'm going to get it. It's easy. But when you reach a second stage whereby you start meeting obstacles and challenges and barriers, here's what I want you to actually remind yourself. Remind yourself that the desire for what you're doing is more important than your desire to walk away. Your desire to give up. And then at the same time, just tell yourself you can do one more day, one more half day, one more 2 hours. From today onwards, never have a shitty whole day, have a shitty half day or a shitty 1 hour. And then when you finally you never know when success is going to happen, but when you finally break to the final lap, that's when champions are made. If you're watching the Olympics, the people that win, they win in the final lap, whereby they have used all their fuel, their reserve, but they still find something in them that pushes them on towards the finish line. Goes back to the message that I had for you in the beginning, and the message was something like this, ladies and gentlemen. If you stay on the course that you have embarked on, the journey, if you stay on the course, the journey, the direction towards what you have determined is most important to you. If you stay on that course, patiently, persistently, patiently, persistently, consistently, from the beginning to the middle to the end, throughout all the obstacles, ladies and gentlemen, you are bound to be successful. This is my message for you. Believe in yourself. You are bound to be successful. You are bound to be successful. Success in any arena is reserved for the champions, for the winners. Are you going to let the winner in you bloom? Make sure you tune in to the next presentation next weekend. I'm going to go in and talk to you about the power of meditation, and success. Right now, we're really about causing a transformation in your life, and from your life, you transform everybody else's life. Arrivederci.